Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast. Today's Thursday, September 26, 2024. Today we're going to recap yesterday's WNBA playoff games, as well as yesterday's MLB and soccer, and look ahead to today's games in each sport. We have Thursday Night Football tonight between the Cowboys and the Giants. College football tonight between Army and Temple. News and notes and best bets, so not a long show today. All right, WNBA playoffs is where we'll start. We'll go over the results from yesterday. There were 2 game 2s, and the home teams won both of them. Sun over the Fever, 87-81, to advance to the semifinals for the 6th consecutive year. What a run this franchise has been on. Alyssa Thomas had 19 points and 13 assists. Caitlin Clark, 25 points and 9 assists in defeat. So, Caitlin Clark's season is unfortunately over. But she should be very proud of the year she had, and she should win the Rookie of the Year. And Alyssa Thomas and Dewana Bonner really are a duo you can win with. So, the Fever are going to be here for a long time, and this is a learning step for them. They made the playoffs for the first time in a long time, and they just lost to a better team, that's all. And they could have won this game easily. And then the second game, the Lynx over the Mercury, 101-88, as they advance to the semifinal to take on the Sun. Lafisa Collier had 42 points and 5 boards in the win. And Brittany Griner, 24 points, 5 boards in defeat. The big story of this game was the final game for the legend, Diana Taurasi. I'm going to say yes, it was. All the signs are pointing to it. And she got a very nice standing ovation at the end of the game yesterday. Granted, it was a road game. And the WNBA fans are always classy and show respect for opponents that have been around for a long time. And Griner played well too, but the best player on the court was obviously Nafisa Collier, who had an MVP-like performance last night, as they'll take on the Sun, and it'll be Liberty Aces. I'll make the picks for the 2 series on tomorrow's podcast. All right, now move on to baseball. We'll go over the results from yesterday and look ahead to today's games. Mariners over the Astros 8-1. Phillies over the Cubs 9-6. Guardians over the Reds 5-2. Pirates over the Brewers 2-1. Tigers over the Rays 7-1. Royals over the Nationals 3-0. O's over the Yankees 9-7. Jays over the Red Sox 6-1. So the Sox are eliminated. So did Tampa. Mets Braves got postponed. Makeup Monday, September 30th. They're doing a doubleheader because Hurricane Helen's supposed to hit Atlanta. So that's why they postponed those games out of precaution. White Sox over the Angels 4-3-10 on a walk-off single by Andrew Benintendi, as they remain at 120 losses and avoid the record-breaking loss. The fans, credit to the White Sox fans, they've showed up the last couple games to root the team on to avoid the loss. So getting those 2 wins in a row really got that fan base excited. Let's see if they actually get the 40 wins. Twins over the Marlins 8-3. Cards over the Rockies 5-2. D-backs over the Giants 8-2. Rangers over the A's 5-1. Dodgers over the Padres 4-3. That was a big win for the Dodgers. So the best bet was voided because I had Mets Braves. The game got postponed, so I got the money back. All right, 12:30, Brewers Pirates. Aaron Savali and Mitch Keller. I'm going to pull that up. Brewers minus 118, Pirates even money over under 8, minus 1 each way. Brewers minus 1.5 plus 36. Pirates plus 1.5 is minus 164. I'm going to take Pittsburgh at even money. 1 o'clock, Royals Nats. Michael Wacha and Patrick Corbin. This would have been a good pitching matchup in 2015. Royals minus 172, Nats plus 144 over under 8.5. Overs even money, unders minus 122. Royals minus 1.5 is minus 102. Nats plus 1.5 is minus 118. I'm going with the over at even money. Rays Tigers. Tyler Alexander and Reese Olson. Tigers minus 158. Rays plus 134 over under 7.5. Overs minus 115. Unders minus 105. Rays plus 1.5 is minus 160. Tigers minus 1.5 plus 132. I'm going to go with the over. 2 o'clock, Angels White Sox. Tyler Anderson and Chris Flexen. Angels minus 126. White Sox plus 108. Over under 7.5. Overs minus 115. Unders minus 105. Angels minus 1.5 plus 140. White Sox plus 1.5 is minus 170. I'm going to take the over. 3 o'clock, Cardinals Rockies. Kyle Gibson and Kyle Freeland. So the battle of the Kyles. Cards minus 120. Rockies plus 102. Over under 10.5. Minus 110 each way. Cards minus 1.5 plus 120. Rockies plus 1.5 is minus 144. I'm going to go with the over. 3:30, Rangers A's. Coomer Rocker and JT Ginn. Rangers minus 110. A's minus 106. Over under 8. Minus 110 each way. Rangers minus 1.5 plus 142. A's plus 1.5 is minus 72. I'm going to go with the under. 7:30, Marlins Twins. Valente Beloso and David Festa. Oh, no, I skipped one. I'm sorry. We'll get back to that one. Yanks O's. Corbin Burns and Garrett Cole, so the Aces battle. Maybe we'll see this in the playoffs. Yanks minus 142. O's plus 120 over under 8. Overs minus 102. Unders minus 120. O's plus 1.5 is minus 66. Yankees minus 1.5 plus 38. This is the biggest game of the Yankees season. They can't let the O's sweep them, make them have a chance, and then the pressure be on them to sweep the Pirates, or at least win one against the Pirates. So I'm going to go under 7.5 runs at minus 104. The two Aces are on the bump. My fear for this is that Cole might not be 100%, and even Corbin Burns had some rough games recently. So I like alternate under 7.5 at minus 104. And then back to that Marlins-Twins game, it's Valente Beloso, David Festa. Twins minus 250, Marlins plus 205 over under 8.5. Overs minus 114, unders minus 106. Marlins plus 1.5 is even money. Twins minus 1.5 is minus 120. I'm going to go with the over. And then 10 o'clock, you have the Padres against the Dodgers. Joe Musgrove, Walker Buehler. Dodgers minus 122, Padres plus 104 over under 8.5. Overs minus 115, unders minus 105. Padres minus 1.5 plus 158. Dodgers plus 1.5 is minus 192. I'm going to go with the under in that game. All right, now move on to soccer. We'll go over the notable results from yesterday and look ahead today. I think there's Conference League today, if I'm not mistaken. We'll start with Europa League. We have more league phase games today. Bodo Glimt over FC Porto 3-2. AZ Alkmaar over Elfsborg 3-2. Galatasaray over PAOK 3-1. Slavia Prague over Ludogorets 2-0. Man United FC 20 1-1 draw. Nice Real Sociedad 1-1 draw. Midtjylland Hoffenheim 1-1 draw. Lazio over Dynamo Kyiv 3-0. Anderlecht over Ferencváros 2-1. All right, today 12:45 you have Malmo and Rangers. So Malmo's is plus 120, Rangers plus 220, the draw is plus 230. I'm going to go with Rangers here, plus 220. I think they're the better team. Ferenbahce and Union SG. Ferenbahce minus 165, Union SG plus 440, the draw is plus 280. Fenerbahce is going to win. I'm going to go under 2.5 goals, though, at minus 102. 3 o'clock, FCSB and Rigas. FCSB is minus 155. Rigas is plus 410. The draw is plus 270. I'm going to go with the draw at plus 270. Tottenham and FK Karabag. Tottenham minus 750. Karabag 14-1. The draw 7-1. I'm going to do over 3.5 goals at minus 114. AS Roma and Athletic. Roma plus 15, Athletic plus 250, draw plus 210. We'll go with Roma at plus 115. Braga and Maccabi Tel Aviv. Braga minus 195, Maccabi plus 490, draw plus 330. I'm going to go with under 2.5 goals at plus 128. Frankfurt and Victoria Plzen. Frankfurt minus 320, Plzen 7-1, the draws plus 420. I'm going to do over 3.5 goals at plus 152. Ajax and Besiktas. Ajax minus 110, Besiktas plus 270, draw plus 260. We're going with Ajax minus 110. And last but not least, Lyon and Olympiacos. Lyon minus 115, Olympiacos plus 280, draw plus 260. We're going with Lyon at minus 115. We also have La Liga pretty much all week. We have 3 games today. We had 2 yesterday. Girona Rayo 0-0 draw, and Barcelona over Getafe 1-0. All right, today 1 o'clock you have Espanyol and Villarreal. Espanyol's plus 220, Villarreal's plus 120. The draw's plus 240. Villarreal is in 6th. Espanyol's at the bottom. I'm going to go with the draw at plus 240. Las Palmas and Betis. Betis is plus 115. Las Palmas plus 240. The draw is plus 220. Betis is in 11th, and Las Palmas is in last. I have to go with Betis at plus 115. And at 3 o'clock, Celta Vigo and Atletico. Atletico's minus 110. Celta Vigo is 3-1. The draw's plus 240. I'm going to go with Atletico at minus 110. All right, Carabao Cup yesterday. Arsenal over Bolton 5-1. Liverpool over West Ham 5-1. The Kings Cup. Al Najma over Damak 2-0. Al Tawoun over Abba 3-2 in additional extra time. Al Raida over Al Safa 3-1. And Al Raid over Jeddah 2-0. The Camp One's Cup. So Columbus and America 1-1 draw, but America won 5-4 on penalties. In the U.S. Open Cup, LAFC beats KC 3-1 in additional extra time. So that game was closer than that score indicated. I'm just making sure there's nothing else going today. A lot of things are on Friday, which is good, so we can touch on everything on the Friday show. I had to just check Dutch Eredivisie. Yeah, they're Friday. Do we have the Pro League today? No, everything's pretty much Friday. So, we have a lot of soccer, obviously, to do on the Friday podcast, so we'll get to that then. All right, Thursday Night Football tonight. 8:15 on Amazon Prime. You have the Cowboys at the Giants. Obviously, last year, 40-0. And I forget the score that was in Dallas, but it's the first Sunday night of the year. That was probably should have been a red flag of how that Giants season was going to go last year. So let's hope that's not a repeat of that. But there's a lot of injuries on both sides, and a lot of guys questionable. my projections pick them in 45 and 17-20. It's no Deron Bland, obviously, for Dallas. No Adoree Jackson. No Graham Gano. Looks like CD's going to play. Looks like Jake Ferguson's going to play. And my line here is 5.5 and 45.5. And I hate this pick. I hate to do it. This kind of reminds me of picking the Rams last week, but that ended up working out. But that was for different reasons. So I have to. I got to take the Giants getting 5.5. I do think Dallas is going to win the game because they're simply the better team. This line's moving all over the place. It was 4.5, then it was 6, now it's 5.5. I like it better at 5.5 than 4.5, but I think it's close. But I always say on the podcast, bad teams find ways to lose games. And who's a bad team? The New York Football Giants. I don't think the Cowboys are as bad as their fan base is making them out to be because they got blown out by the Saints and then they lose to the Ravens, who are desperate. So, Giants cover, Cowboys win. I'm going to say Cowboys win by... I can say it's a tie game late, and the kicker hits a over 50-yard field goal for the win with less than a minute to go. That's my guess. The Cowboys kicker is really good. So I'm going to say Giants cover, Cowboys win. That's my guess. Maybe, like a score-wise, maybe 20... I was thinking something like ugly, like 23-20 or something like that. All right, now move on to college football. We have one game tonight in the ACC. It's Army-Temple. And I believe it's in Philadelphia. Let's double check that. Yes, it is. My line's Army by 7.5, total 49 to 19/20. And it is 12.5 and 46.5. I'm going to take Temple getting the 12.5. I don't think Army is that good, especially on the road. But Temple is awful, as we know, but it's conference play. It's a home game. Conference home dogs. You like to ride with them sometimes, especially if the opponent isn't a world beater like Army isn't. So I'm going to take Temple getting the 12.5. They're plus 390 to win outright, but I don't think I'm willing to go there. So I'm going to take Temple plus the 12.5 to cover the point spread. All right, now move on to the news and notes for today. I apologize I didn't get to Masked Singer and Survivor. We'll do that maybe on the Monday podcast. So the big story is Hurricane Helen going to Florida, and it's supposed to hit Atlanta and it's supposed to hit Nashville. It's going to affect sports all over the weekend. It's affected Braves Mets already because they're getting the remnants before they're even getting the storm. If there was a Thursday night game tonight in Tampa, that would have been very troubling. But luckily, the NFL schedule makers picked New Jersey for Thursday Night Football rather than Tampa, or else that would have been trouble. Or even Atlanta with the Falcons. Granted, that's an indoor stadium. So that's the big story. Thoughts and prayers to everybody in the state of Florida and Georgia and Tennessee and all the other spots that storm is supposed to hit. It's supposed to be Category 4, which is not cool. Derrick Rose retires, as he calls it, a career after 16 seasons. Congrats to Derrick Rose. He had a nice career, but I wouldn't say he had an amazing career. Like, obviously, he blew out his Achilles in the playoffs in 2012 when he was on the Bulls when they played the Celtics. We all remember that. Or, sorry, the Sixers. I had the Celtics in my mind for some reason. They played the Sixers. Sixers beat the Bulls in 6, and then the Sixers went on to play the Celtics in the second round. But, and then he just had trouble staying healthy for the rest of his career, pretty much, and he gets traded to the Knicks. And then his first Knicks tenure was a complete bust. And then he went to Cleveland and played with LeBron. And then he was somewhere else. And then he went back to the Knicks when Tom Thibodeau went there. And Derrick Rose was a big part of the team that ended the playoff drought. And then I believe he got traded to the Grizzlies from the Knicks and that next season. And then now he's retired. So I'm wondering what he's going to do next. Adrian Wojnarowski explains the career change as he talks about his decision to take the college basketball GM job. Aaron Judge hits home run 57 last night, so he's 6 away from breaking his record. Yankees have 4 games left. He needs 5 in 4 games. Or 6 in 4 games. Which you never know. Yeah, so he needs 6 more home runs in 4 games. Nestor Cortez on the 15-day IL with a flexor strain. Not ideal as the Yankees go into the postseason. Now Marcus Stroman's back in the rotation, which is fine. But Nestor was probably going to be pitching out of the bullpen in the playoffs anyway, because it was going to be Cole, Heel, Rodon, and that last spot was probably going to be Clark Schmidt. Because of how good he's been as a starting pitcher over the last year plus. So the Phillies get a first-round bye in the National League playoffs as they get NLDS home field advantage. The Guardians pitchers had a combined perfect game going into the 7th inning against the Reds, but a bunt broke up the perfect game. So yeah, Mets Braves plan to play doubleheader Monday after weather postpones today and today's and yesterday's games. Myles Garrett praises Malik Neighbors as he made sure to shout out Neighbors mid-game. Jordan Love has a shot to play against the Vikings. That's good for the Packers. Alex Singleton out for the season. That's not good for Denver. Torn ACL. Cardinals defensive tackle Justin Jones out for the season with torn triceps. Austin Eckler out against the Cardinals. That's a loss for the Commanders. Justin Herbert says he doesn't think the team will rest him and mid-talks he could sit until bye week. Says ankle feels less pain. Yesterday was the 10-year anniversary of Derek Jeter's walk-off hit. His final hit at Yankee Stadium, which yours truly was in the building for. Probably one of my favorite moments as a sports fan. I can't believe it was 10 years since then. So SMU lands a record commit as big man Jaden Toombs is SMU's highest ranked recruit in over 10 years. So there's a big story going on with UNLV and their quarterback Matthew Sluka, as he was promised over $100,000 as school offered $88,000 less than what Sluka told he'd received. And then the UNLV's NIL denies the $100,000 deal as their collective discussed monthly $3,000 payments before Sluka redshirted. And then their linebackers ready for a quarterback change. And then UNLV lost running back Michael Allen as well. The Cubs promote outfielder Kevin Alcantara yesterday. Rob Pelinka said he's open to trading Lakers first-round picks in a deal to help sustain Lakers' excellence. Aaron Rodgers praises Jets rookie offensive tackle Olu Fashanu. Which he's a good prospect. I think he's gonna be a good pro. I don't hate that pick for the Jets at all. 17 teams to attend Bama, Georgia. As the NFL teams are flocking to that game. That could be a game that could be in trouble this weekend potentially from a weather standpoint. Francisco Lindor back for the Mets. Or he was supposed to be back for the Mets against the Braves. That would have been a big help. Brian Kelly said he was proud to watch Jaden Daniels and Joe Burrow against each other on Monday Night Football. And then how about this? Bryce Young's trade value. Consensus in league circles is that the Panthers may not get more than a day 3 draft pick. Yikes. That's how bad his trade value is right now. But then again, Carson Wentz got a first-round pick. Alrighty. Last but not least, my best bet of the day brought to you by FanDuel. There's a couple that I liked for best bet. I am going to do a 50th of a unit. I'm thinking soccer. I am going to do Celta Vigo. Or I'm sorry, Atletico Madrid against Celta Vigo. I don't just want to touch any baseball right now because I didn't love anything on the board. So I'm going to do Atletico Madrid -110 to knock off Celta Vigo. I just think they're the better team. All right, so there you have it for the show, and I'll be back tomorrow for the Monster Friday podcast. We'll have everything under the sun to do. Hope you guys have a great day, everybody.